Grand Rising, everyone. So happy to see you here in our very last New Year's in this sanctuary this year. And so we are getting ready to do the burning bowl. And as Reverend Carla mentioned, there are some goodies for you. Hopefully you got a little packet as you walked in. And if you didn't, we'll make sure you get one. And I know you all know how to do this. Your mind, your frontal lobe knows how to do this burning bowl ritual. You may have done it many times before, but I'm gonna encourage you to wait for the guided meditation to see what's wants to come through you as we do this process. And so I want to recognize that the burning bowl and New Year's is a very auspicious time. It's a time when people are really reflecting on the year that just passed. Sometimes we look back and take a little inventory. We consider some of the things that have happened over the past year, and we make space for newness. We make space for all possibility of that the new year offers us. There is a wonderful quote that I love to share from Marcia Sutton, and it is that incomplete endings inhibit new beginnings. Incomplete endings inhibit new beginnings. And so this burning bowl ritual is really an opportunity for us to come together to see what needs to be released so that we can really make space for a new beginning. We are told in this philosophy that principle is not bound by precedent. Principle is not bound by precedent. So whatever happened this year that didn't serve you, it can be released because principle is boundless. It's limitless. Anything is possible. There's pure potentiality in the realm of spirit. And so we're going to engage that process of pure potentiality this morning as we look at this wonderful ritual. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, understands that life is forever evolving, that there is always this cycle that is moving in, as, and through all existence, where things are ebbing and flowing. There is growth, and then things die away, and then they are regrown or rebirth, that we're working with this divine energy that always recreates itself. And so each year, we consciously recognize that through this burning bowl ritual. We recognize that cycle of life, that the power of the divine to recreate itself over and over again. And so I have a couple of quotes for you to sort of ground us in this idea. The first one is from Thich Nhat Hanh, and he teaches, if we face our unpleasant feelings with care and affection and nonviolence, we can transform them into the kind of energy that is healthy and has the capacity to really nourish us. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching writes, in the pursuit of learning, every day something is acquired. In the pursuit of Tao, every day something is dropped. You see, we're looking at the power of letting go. Sometimes that can be really difficult for us. Sometimes even the things that are challenging to us we hold on to them because they're familiar, because we put so much energy into whatever it was that we are trying to let go of or surrender. And so there is great power in this. Rumi writes, actually it was transcribed, I'm certain, by one of his many followers, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all barriers within yourself that you have built against it. To seek the barriers for your good that you have built against it so that we can release them. And then Ernest Holmes, in his Sermon by the Sea, and this is a deep one, there is a power transcendent beyond our needs, our little wants. demonstrating a dollar is good if one needs it, or healing oneself of pain is certainly good if one has it. But beyond all that, at the real feast, at the tabernacle of the Almighty, in the temple of the living God, in the banquet hall of heaven, there is something beyond anything that you and I have touched. Within the word spiritual lies the word ritual. And we cannot have spirituality without some kind of ritual to help bind us to the truth of who we are and what we're here to do and what it is that is ours to walk out in this world. And this burning bowl is an alternative to, say, the common resolution that, we see all that, right? This time of year, everybody's talking about New Year's resolutions, but we have an opportunity with the burning bowl to really step into a place of intentionality so that we can really make space. And I think in this world that we live in, there's always a plethora of things to fill the space, right? There's always lots of information, lots of noise out there, lots of things to be concerned about, lots of things you need to take care of, lots of responsibilities. But this morning, we're here not to carry the burden that we've been carrying all year, whatever that might be, but to release it, to make space, to create that spaciousness within ourselves for newness. We know that this is about release. It's an opportunity to release old wounds, negative thinking, things that have been unhealthy for us, maybe unfulfilled expectations, unhealthy patterns that you may have been working with, anything that you might feel that is holding you back. This could be a behavior or a habit or an addiction. Could be a relationship that hasn't been healthy for us. It could be, anger or upset. Basically, any negativity that we might be carrying. It's also a time for us to step into forgiveness, and not the low-hanging fruit of forgiveness where, we want to forgive someone and say, I'm sorry, or ask for forgiveness, but really that idea of forgiveness where we can really release something, some burden that we might be carrying. We can release old ideas, relationships, past thoughts, and things you might be carrying. You may want to release a person, but we don't burn people. We don't burn people. We don't put a name on the piece of paper to burn them away. Instead, I want to invite you to go a little deeper, to look at maybe some aspect in the relationship that you want to release as opposed to the person itself. Because we know that it's all God, even in the people that we find challenging and the people who rub up against our growing edge, they're God too. And there's always some benefit, even in our most difficult relationships, that we can find that will help to tease out the best in ourselves. Now, in the little packet that you received, this is super important. There's a little piece of transparent paper. Those of you who have not used flash paper before, it's very flammable. Not only is it very flammable, but it doesn't give off any smoke. Inside your packet is also an envelope and a card. Now, this is really important. Do not put what you want to release on the card. If you walk up here with a card, I will not let you burn it. Because this cardstock will let off fumes and smoke, which will let off our fire alarm system. So do not bring the cardstock up. That is for after the burning bowl when we do one more meditative practice. You have a little reflection piece of paper for you to take notes on, something you can take home with you, something you can refer to later on if you want to see, what was it I wanted to let go of. Maybe you've let go of it so much, it doesn't even live inside your consciousness anymore. But this is just an opportunity for you to take some notes for yourself. What I know is that letting go happens as soon as you put pen to paper. As soon as you begin to set that intention. This is an opportunity for us to open ourselves wide, to surrender to what is, not necessarily to release control, but to come to a deep acceptance of what is so that you can let it go. You may even find it very useful to bless what you are letting go of, to thank it for what it gave you, to honor whatever it is that you're ready to release so that you can be fully done with it. So, is this super clear? There are pens on the back of your sheets, and I'm going to take you through a guided meditation practice. And so the front row, there's a little container of pens. Make sure you get one. And if everybody good? All right, let's go ahead and start our meditative practice. And just allow yourself to enter the stillness. If you are watching from home, you too can enter this stillness with us and create a space for letting go. And as you get comfortable in your chairs, allow yourself to feel the strength of the chair beneath you, knowing that you are supported in everything that you do. And I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. Don't worry about what you need to put on the paper. Again, we're giving the frontal lobe the morning off so that we can tap into our heart. So just take a few minutes to let go and clear your mind. A few moments. And let's take a deep breath, counting to 4 as we inhale. 2, 3, 4. And then exhaling for a count of 4. 1, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Inhaling deeply. And then exhaling. And one more time, knowing that there is something powerful about doing things in 3s. So we take another deep breath in and release it. And with the release of your breath, allow your body to relax. Maybe notice if your shoulders are sitting high. Let them drop. Soften your face. Notice if there's any tension in your forehead. Simply let that go. We are relaxing our minds so that we can be open vessels for the divine, so that we can go deeper. And in this beautiful place of peace and stillness that we have created and openness, begin to consider this year of 2024. Allow your mind to wander through the year. Noticing the experiences that you had, the things that served you and brought you joy. As you wander mentally through the year and with your imagination. And as you wander through the year, you may notice some things that didn't serve you. And take note of those as well. Notice the parts of the year of your life that may have been causing you distress or discomfort. Notice anything that might come up that has been feeling like it's been holding you back. Maybe habits or beliefs, relationships. And so ask yourself, as you are guided by your higher wisdom self, what is it that you no longer want to carry forward into 2025? What is it that you will give to the fire to purify and to release? And allow that to come forward. And when you're ready, you can start to write down on your little piece of flash paper, this little flimsy paper, what it is you're ready to release. Allowing Spirit to guide you. And it doesn't need to be a whole novel, just a few words that represent for you what it is you're ready to release. What it is you're ready to let go of. And if you're watching from home, you too can write down what it is you're ready to release. There's no need to bring your burdens into the new year. And so when you're ready, I want to demonstrate for you flash paper, very flammable, big piece of paper. We won't be burning those. You just bring it up to the flame and let it go. And so when you're ready, I invite you to come forward mindfully to release what you're ready to release. And then when you get back to your seats, please, I invite you to just sit there in the stillness while we hold this space in this safe container for everyone. in the bowl. Just put it to the flame. Just put it to the flame. Ah, wonderful. So let's take a deep cleansing breath. And as we come back to this stillness of mind, notice that the reflection questions before you may have given you some ideas about what you enjoyed about 2024 and what you might want more of. And so there's a piece of cardstock where I'm going to invite you to write down a note to yourself. You'll write it down on the cardstock, you'll put it in the envelope and address it to yourself. And this is your opportunity to share something with yourself about the wisdom or the insight that has come forward for you this morning about what you want to bring into 2025. It could be an affirmation, an intention, your highest hope. Just trust what comes forward. And take some time to give some attention to an intention for 2025. Just put it to the flame, please. It will not get burned. Once you finish what you've written to yourself, put it in the envelope and seal it. On the way out, there's a large glass vessel, and you can put those in the vase on your way out, and we will hold them on the altar all year. We will hold the highest for you, and then we will mail them to you at the end of the year. They won't be read. Whatever you need to write, you're free to write. I'm going to share an affirmation, and then I'll do a prayer. And so take this affirmation as your own. Today I have released what I don't want. I let go. I let God do the work in this sacred experience. And in this, all healing takes place, and I am renewed. I open my heart to love, and I am blessed with peace, joy, and harmony. And so we do indeed give this over to the one divine love, the one divine power, that place that knows all possibility and all potentiality. And so I know for each one within the sound of my voice that today there has been a purification, a release, a transformation. We know that the fire represents transformation, and that each one who has released whatever it is that needed to be released is indeed transformed in this moment. And I await with an open heart to the good that comes from that release. I trust in the surrender. I know that the power and the presence of the one mind, the one heart, the one infinite and immutable presence continues to move through us as we release 2024 and step into 2025. And that all are blessed and rise up to the promise of a new day. And so it is with a grateful heart that I know this highest truth for each one. I know that each one is indeed blessed by their willingness to let go and to let the divine transform whatever it is that is being let go. And I trust that the renewal that comes from letting go, the space that is made, is filled with godlike treasure. And I give great thanks for this. It is in gratitude that I speak this word, in the promise of a new day, in the possibility of that which we put forth. And so if you'll anchor this beautiful time, this ritual, this prayer, this ceremony with me, together we'll say, and so it is.